React.js is not good for SEO implementation, but Next.js is very easy. You know why? I'll tell you the difference between React.js and Next.js. React is a library, but Next.js is a framework. For routing, we need to install React Router DOM in React.js, but in Next.js, it is predefinedly implemented. We can either use app routing or a page routing. React is completely client-side rendering. In Next.js, we can use client-side and server-side rendering. For SEO, in React.js, we need to install React Helmet, but in Next.js, we can directly add a head tag and meta tag inside it. In React.js, for API routing, we need to install Express. Those are all things. But in Next.js, it is built-in API routing. In React.js, we need to do manual optimization, but in Next.js, it is predefinedly implemented. So if you want to know Next.js, we need to know React.js fundamental. Yep. Bye-bye. Hello everyone. This video I'm going to tell you how to create a Next.js project. And also whenever you're creating a Next.js project, it will ask some yes or no questions. So I'm going to explain those. Okay. Yeah. You want to run a Next.js project in your system means you need to install the Node.js. It should be latest version. Okay. So go here, this site, and download this and install in your system. And yeah, let's start to create a Next.js project. So I'm going to open a file and I'm going to choose some file here and I'm going to create Next.js Pro project. Okay, I'm going to choose this file and here just agree this. And first, if you want to create a Next.js project, you need to run some commands. It's like npx create next app at latest. It is like same as React command. In React, npx create React app, and we need to give some app name here. But next, we will give a app name after we proceed this. Okay, click enter. See, it is asking our app name. If you want to proceed with the default name, my app one means you just proceed with this, or otherwise you can give a new name. Okay, I just give a new name here. It's like test. Okay, click enter and ask which language you want, and if you're familiar with the TypeScript, you just give a yes, and if you are not familiar with the TypeScript, you just give a no. Okay, just proceed with the next. No. And here it will ask ESLint is used to fix some JS lint errors. It's like double equal, triple equal. Those are all things, it will fix those. It will recognize those places and it will display the warning. And it has some comments. If you run that, it will fix that lint errors. Okay, so I just enable this. Now I just press yes, and now it is asking to want Tailwind. Here Tailwind, it's like a CSS framework. So if you don't want, you just proceed with a no, and if you want, press yes. And if you proceed yes, it will install the Tailwind package in your package.json, and if you don't want means just press n. Just proceed n. And whenever if you want any Tailwind framework in your project means you can install later also. Okay, and here it is asking if you want to do you want to create your project inside src. It is like a root folder. Okay, and if you want, press yes or no. Okay, and it is like React.js. Okay, I just proceed with a yes, and here recommended to use app routing. Here I need to proceed with a yes because app routing is like latest next routing, and previously it was like page routing. Okay, yeah, I just proceed with a yes, and here it will asking it is like you want to use a alias importation. It is like you don't want to import, it's like dot slash those are all component, because whenever we importing any component means we need to traverse till that path, right? So if you install this one, you don't want to add a dot slash, those are all things. Okay, it will access from the source file. It is like root file, right? So I just add a yes, and here this is what the root file is, source file. Okay, it will recognize from the source. Okay, just proceed with the yes, and our steps are all completed, and now React project is Next.js project is running, creating. Here see, test file is created. These are all some basic files. Here see, npm is installed, and let me check the package.json. Here see, we enabled the lint error, so it is created these two. Here this is package.log, normally it will create, and these are all because of that alias. Okay, enabled alias, right? It will take a source file as a root file, and these are all git ignore and ESLint because of we enabled ESLint, right? So it's created that, and these are all, it's like default project setup. This is like app.js and app.css. Okay, in React we using app.js and app.css, and yeah, we proceed with the app routing, that right? So that's the reason it is created a app file here, and if you created with the page routing, it will create a page here instead of app pages folder. Those are all things. Yeah, these are all the basic folders. Now I'm going to run this Next.js project. npm run dev, and if I click enter, oh, I need to traverse to this folder. Okay, so I just type ls and I need to go inside this test file. So cd test, click enter, and again I'm going to run this npm run dev, and if I click enter, yeah, it is running. It should run in this port. Okay, so go here and copy and paste that. It is still compiling. Okay, yeah, compilation is succeed. See, this is the Next.js project. Okay, it is printed what are all present inside this page.js. Okay, if you want to remove this entire thing, see, you can able to remove this, and here I'm going to add a h1 tag. So it is like first next step. See this, save this, see, it is printing here. Yeah, if you want to build this project, means npm run build, press enter, it will start building your app. See, next file is created because of this build. See, build succeed. Okay, I think these are all the basic stuffs required for start a Next.js path. Okay, yeah, I think this is what I try to tell in this video. I think this video will help you. Bye bye. Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to tell you how to create a app routing in Next.js. Yeah, let's start. In my previous video I have explained how to create a folder, create a Next.js project and how to run Next.js project. So see this video, I leave this video link in description. First see that video and then continue with this. Okay, yeah, first I'm going to create two pages. One is for about and another one is blog. Okay, in Next.js, here we can predefinedly access routing from the Next.js, but if you doing routing in React.js, means we need to install npm package. Okay, but here this is the advantage. Yeah, first I'm proceeding with the app routing, so that's the reason it's created a app folder. Inside app folder we have all the our files. Okay, yeah, let's start. First I'm going to create a about. We need to create about in this like in lowercase, and inside about we need to create a page.js, and this about is like path, and this is the content render when this path is trigger. Okay, here I'm going to add a default. Before that export default and function name. Here we need to give a uppercase name. Okay, and return, I'm going to add a div. Here I'm going to add a h1 tag. It is about, right? Yeah, this is fine. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to create a page like about for a blog, and if I give this as this in uppercase, means we'll get 404. Let's see. Here we need to create a page.js and paste that, and here I'm going to modify this to blog. Save this, going to browser. Yeah, this is our page here, home page. Okay, this content is rendering here, and if I go to about screen, yeah, it is navigated to about screen. If I am going to blog, see, it is showing 404 because here we created this route with the uppercase, so I need to modify this to lowercase. And now we'll see, to refresh the screen. Now the blog screen is rendered. So now our routing is ready, and I'm going to add a link button, and whenever I'm click that link button, it will navigate to about and some other screens. Okay, it's like I'm going to add a link, and it is from Next.js, it is imported from Next.js, right? See here, and I'm going to close this and go to about, and I'm going to add a href here href is like about screen, and save this and go here. See this, we have one link button here. If I click this, it will navigate to about screen. In about screen, I'm going to copy the same link and paste here. Here it is blog, it will navigate to blog, and I'm going to change this to blog. And now about screen is rendered. If I click go to blog, it is navigate to blog, and inside blog, and it is like logout. I just give simple logout name and save this. And in blog, if I click this, it will navigate to home screen. See this, path is back to normal. Yeah, this is the app routing in Next.js. This is what I try to tell in this video. I think this video will help you. Bye bye. Hello everyone, I want to navigate one page to another page. Whenever I click button, or if any API call is succeed, means I want to navigate that screen to another screen. How can I achieve that? I cannot achieve by using this, so in that case we need to use useRouter. So I'm going to tell you how to use useRouter in Next.js. Yeah, let's start. So I don't want this link, so I'm going to remove this importation. So instead of link, I'm going to use a const navigate. Here use router from Next.js. We need to import by using this Next.js. Okay, now use router is ready. How can I use this? I want to navigate to here. I already have a about and block screens. In my previous video I have explained how to navigate one page to another page by using link. So if you want to, you can see that and then continue this. Okay, here I'm going to navigate from this home screen to this about screen by using useRouter. So copy that, and here I'm going to create a button, and here I just give about, and in on click I'm going to paste that navigate dot. You need to use push some specific URL. This URL is about. Okay, so save this. I'm going to browser. Of course it should show an error because we need to use a we need to add this at the top, because whenever we are using app router, it is considered as a server side component. So these are all component, these are all functions by defaultly used in client side. So we need to add this component as a client side rendering. Okay, if we import this, means it will consider as a client side rendering by default. Okay, and save this. Now that error will not display, and if I refresh the screen, yep, it's working fine. See this URL, it's in the main directory, and if I click about, see about content is rendering, and this path is also modified. You see this content is rendering here. If I add a -1, and it should display. See this, and here I already using link, so I'm going to use this. Or otherwise, I'll show you how to use this inside function. I just cut this, and inside of this handle navigate, and here I just create a function for this arrow function. Inside arrow function, I just navigate like this. Whenever you want to call any API, when button click means you just add navigate like this. After you success or anywhere, you can navigate like this. And if I save this, I'm going to here, I mean home screen. From here to there, I want to navigate. So see this, it is navigating inside the function. You can call a useRouter like this in this way. Okay. You can also, I just copy this. Instead of this link, I just paste that button. Here is blog. So I just directly call that function here. So I want to add this one. I don't want this, and I just import like this. Copy everything. I want to add this after this. So here dot push. I want to navigate to which screen? Blog. Save this and this button now. See, it is in about screen, and if I click this, it will navigate to blog, and blog content is rendering here. See this? See? Yep. This content is rendering, and this is the way you can use a useRouter in Next.js. I think this is what I try to tell in this video. I think this video will help you. Bye bye. Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to create a dynamic routing in Next.js. Yeah, let's start. For normally, this dynamic routing will used for blog posting sites. Those are all things, It's like based on the title and ID, we need to render some content, right? There, that detail screen should be static, and based on that ID, we can modify that content, right? In that case, this dynamic routing will do the major role. Okay, yeah, let's start. So if you want to create a dynamic routing means, as usual, we need to create one folder like user. I'm going to create a user routing, and if we add a pages inside this user means this is like normal routing. For dynamic routing, we need to add an array bracket and ID, and like this. This is like dynamic routing. Inside this ID, we need to create a page.js. See this? This is a dynamic routing. Here, this page is like static content. Based on this ID, this content will get modified. The structure. Structure means content. Okay. Yeah. Now I'm going to create a page user content. Export default function and user return. Inside return, I'm going to add a div, and this is h1 tag, and this is user. Now basic structure is ready. I'll tell you how can I access this component. Now our dynamic routing is ready. Here, what is our component name? User. Just like this is the path. If I add a user like this, path like this, it will show 404 because we added dynamic ID here. So we need to pass some ID after this user. Like this, we can able to access that component here. So I'm going to get this ID value and display this component. How can I do that? If I want to get that ID, we need to add a params. It's like default dynamic params, and here what we're going to get from this param, we are going to get this ID. So const and ID param. Okay, I'll just copy and console here. Here, if we add a console log like this means it will not display in the browser. See, if I refresh, it will not render. If I copy this and here, just add a p tag and ID. I just paste that ID means it will display. See this side is displaying here. Why? Because this is a server component. How I can say this as a server component? Because we didn't add anything like use client. If you add a use client at the top, this is the client component. If we are not adding this in the top, it is like server component. What is the difference between server component and client component? Server component, it's like rendering the all UI part. I mean, rendering means it's like displaying all the static content to the user, and the client side rendering, it's like actions. User can click some buttons, those are actions, there. If user click on some actions, it should trigger some JS functions. So those are all coming from client side. So that's the reason it is not printing this console in the browser. If I save this one here, if I go here, see this, it is printing. Then how can I see this console value without adding this user client means, I mean use client means, see this is like a server component. Server can render only in this terminal, I mean running local server. Okay, see this value is printing here. If I save, this value is printing here. If I modify this to save this, see this server value is printing here. This is the difference. It's like server is like static content. It is making the, I mean it is passing the static content to the client server, I mean client component. It's like browser. The user can view that view in the browser. Now if I add this, I can able to see that value here. See this server is printing here. Yep, we can add a dynamic routing like this. And yeah, this is what I try to tell in this video. I think this video will help you. Bye bye. Hello everyone. Nested routing in Next.js. Yeah, let's start. In my previous video, I have explained dynamic routing and normal routing and everything. Yeah, let's start. We are proceeding with the app routing. Okay, here I'm going to create one path. Its name is dashboard, and I need to put this in lowercase, or I will give home. Okay, inside home, I need to add a page. Its name is page.js. It is like main route. Inside home, we have 3 folders, 3 paths. Okay, first I'm going to add a home screen design. It's like export, default, and function. Here I'm going to add a home, return, h1 tag. This is home. Okay, here my project is already running. Here this is the home path, this one. And if I add a slash home, yeah, it is displaying home here. This is displaying. Okay, so inside this home, I need to add a home 1 and 2 3 4 like that. Here it now it is showing 404. So now I'm going to create a folder. Its name is 1, and inside one I'm going to create page.js, and I'm just copying this and pasting here. This is 1. Okay, same as I'm going to copy this and paste for one more time. Here I'm going to rename this to 2. Okay, and here this page should be 2. Now our nested component is ready. See, 1 is displaying here, and if I add 2, it should display. See this, after home we have 2 and 1. This is nested out, and now I'm going to tell you how to navigate whenever I'm click button from this home. Okay, right now we are in this home. Okay, here I'm going to create a 2 button. One is for 1 page, another one is for 2. Here button, and this is 1. Here I'm going to add on click. before that I'm going to add a use router here. Use router from navigation. Okay, it is coming from Next.js. So first I'm copying this. If you want to use this, we need to add a use client at the top, because now this component act like client side component. Okay, if you want to use this use router, we need to use this client. So now I want to copy this, and here right now we are in home screen, so we need to add a path like home/1. Okay, if I directly add a home means it will not navigate to 1 till display. It's like, I'll show you. Error 1. What happened? Oh, sorry. Dot push. Now I just refresh the screen. Now if I click this, see this, this directly replacing the home. So but our component present inside this home, so we need to add a home before this. Now I'm going to home. See, right now we are in home screen, and if I click 1, it is navigating to 1 here. So I want to navigate to 2 by using link. Okay, link here, inside link here, this is 2, and I just add a href here, and I need to add a home/2. I just go here, and if I click 2, see this, it is navigating to this path. Yeah, this is the nested route in Next.js. In next video, I'm going to explain dynamic nested route. Okay, yeah, yep, this is what I try to tell in this video. I think this video will help you. Bye bye. Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to tell you how to create a dynamic nested routing in Next.js. In my previous video I have explained how to create a nested routing in Next.js. So while I created this home routing, now I'm going to add a dynamic nested routing. Okay, it is already nested, right? So I'm going to add a folder, and inside folder I'm going to add a ID like this, and it will act like a dynamic routing. Inside this I need to create a page.js, and here I just export default function and test dynamic. Okay, here inside return I'm going to add a div. This is h1 and dynamic. Save this, and project is already running. So I'm going to home screen. See, home screen content is showing. Inside home screen, I mean this content is rendering. Okay, so now I want to go to see this one. So how can I see that? After this home, we can add some random number like this. See this, it is going here, and if I add some content, it should go, I think. Yeah, see this, this dynamic is showing, after some specific path it is showing. If I add one, what will happen? See this, it is navigating to one component. If I add 2, it is navigating to 2. If it is not from that component, and if I type randomly, it is navigating to dynamic. It is like whenever any path is not present, it is navigating here. So it is a dynamic routing, but I don't want this behavior. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one folder. Its name is profile, and I just move that ID inside this profile. Okay, so see this, now it will work like, see this, now if I type any random URL, it is showing 404, and after home we need to type profile. profile will not display because we don't have any page for this profile, but we have a page file for this ID. So if we type any ID, it will navigate to that dynamic. See this, now it is showing, it is working inside profile. So now I'm going to get this value inside this. How can I get that? So we need to add a params. So here const, I need to add ID here. I'm going to get the ID from this params. Okay, so after dynamic I just add a p tag here. It is ID. I just add a ID here. See, that ID is displaying here. Yeah, this is the dynamic routing in Next.js. Yep, this is what I try to tell in this video. I think this video will help you. Bye bye. Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to use use state and use effect in Next.js. Yeah, let's start. Now we need to create one state, const here count and set count. I'm going to use a use state. It is imported predefinedly from here, but we don't want to import from there, but we directly import this from React.js. Okay, here initial is 0. I'm going to add one button to update the state. I just remove this one. Just increase the count plus 1. I just display, I just use the state here. Okay, do you think will it work? Let me check. See this, we have an error. See, if whenever I refresh the screen, I have an error like we need to use client, because first I need to add this at the top of our project inside a double quotes. I added. Now it will not show error. So button is showing, but content is not. I added. Okay, content I didn't add. So I'm going to add. It's like count. I just add count. See, now button is showing. Status update. How the state, use state is working only after we added this, because this use state and use effect, these are all work only in the client side rendering. Okay, whenever if we add this in our file, it is considered as a client side component. If it is not there in your component, it is like a server side component. By default, all the component will created by the server side. Okay, whenever we using use state and use effect, we need to add this use client and then do your code. Now it will work. Okay, see this count is working, and if I duplicate this for, I just add a minus, of course it will work. See, value is reducing. This is what you can use a use state, and same way I'm going to use a use effect. Just copy, and I don't want this. Can directly import from React. See, this is normal use effect. If I go to console, see, first is printed. If I change state, it will get print. I can use effect in 3 ways. This is first method. Any status update, it is re-rendered. And if I add a empty dependency, if I refresh the screen, see, it will print at the first time. If I change the state, it will not print. See, this console is not printing. And if I add this count means, I will add one more button for dummy. I just call this state. Okay, count 1 and this is count 2, and I'm going to set this value here. I just copy this. I'll add here. Now it is considered as dependency use state. It's like whenever the state is updated, the use effect will print. I mean, this console will print. See, if I click this, console is not printed. If I click this, see, this first is printed. Yep. Bye bye. Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to create a component in Next.js. Yeah, let's start. First, I'm going to create a component folder. This component folder contains many components. Okay, so components, and inside components, I'm going to create a button and input component. Okay, button, and just copy this, and I want to add a JS file here. .js, or you can create JSX, anything. Okay, I want to create one more folder. It's for input. Inside inputs, I'm going to give a inputs.js. Okay, here we created two components. Here I'm going to add a export default function, and this is button return, and I'm going to directly return the button. Okay, button, I just give a sample name, submit, save this. Here our button is ready. I want to create a component. I just copy this, okay, and paste it in the input here. I want to just rename this to input. Here I want to remove this and input. Here name, placeholder is name. Now our two component is ready. I'm going to use this component in page routing. Here initially we have only this content. Now I'm going to import input. This component, see this component is input component is imported. I'm going to import a button. Now button is also imported here. See this. Now I'm going to save this file. Here see our component is ready. Sorry. Now our component is ready. See this. Yeah, that's it for this video. In next video I'll tell you how to apply inline style and external style to this component. Bye bye. Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to tell you how to create an inline and external style to this component in Next.js. Yeah, let's start. In previous video we have created these two components. Yeah, first I'm going to apply style to this button by inline style. Just I'm going to add a style, and need to add a 2 flower bracket, and inside this and just give a border or a color. First I give a background color. Okay, background color is gray, and I'm going to give a color, it's like white. Okay, first I save this. See, gray color and white text is showing. Instead of this I just give a red. I just try this. See, color is modifying. In this way you can apply inline style, and I just remove this, and I'm going to create one specific external style for this component. So here I'm going to create a button.css file, and inside this I'm just adding a button bg. Okay, here I'm going to give a color is white, background color is green yellow. I'm just using this one, and if I give this color to this button means it won't work. See this. If I save this, see this here, nothing is applied. So if you want to apply this style to this component means we need to import this class. I mean style to this component. So how can I import that? So import /button.css. This is normal, same like our React.js importation. Okay, see this here, style is applied. I just change this color to default black color. Okay, I don't want to add a color. Now this color is changed. How can I apply directly to this button attribute? You know, I can see I can able to add like this, and I just give a height as 3 rem and width is 6 rem. Now see this color is, and I mean this height and width is applied. Okay, this is the way you can apply inline and external style to this component. Yep. Bye bye. Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to create a model class for specific component in Next.js. Yeah, let's start. In previous video, we created this style, normal style. It is like global style. You know, whenever you creating this method, this style will apply to all the components. It's like here we directly apply the style to the direct tag. You know, see, if suppose if I create a button here, okay, and this is go, and if I save this, go here, see this, the same style apply here because we added the style for the specific attribute, so we need to prevent that. That's the reason we need to use a model class. It is like local one, okay, that can be accessible only in that component. I'll tell you how to create that. So right now I just create a file. His name is button.model.css, and here we can able to apply style to the direct attribute. Okay, if I paste this, and if suppose if I importing this component here, import style from button component, here we need to import in this way. Okay, if I go to browsers, here see this, we can't apply style like this. Here it is not pure. Okay, so we can able to create only class method in this module. Okay, so I just close this. It is little confusing, so just closing, and I just comment this line because we are not going to use this method right now. We are following this model method. So here we created this attribute, it is not working, you know, so I need to convert this to class. C, now this error is gone. So how can I apply this style to this button? So if you want to apply that class to this button, means you need to add a bracket, and we are added that style inside this, you know, so we need to add the style dot class name. Where is this? It is here. I just copy this class name and paste here, and if I refresh, see this, that style is applied to this input. You know, I just comment this one. See, now it is showing like this. I just add a background color. See, in this way you can apply and import style by using model. Yep, this is what I tried to tell in this video. I think this video will help you. Bye bye. Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to get a value from input field in Next.js. Yeah, let's start. So in previous video, I have explained how to create component. Those are all things. Right now, I just comment this line. In next video, I will tell you how to get value from this reusable components. Okay. Right now, I just tell you how to get value from input. I just directly create input here, and its name is name. Yep. And I need to create one state, const value set value use state, and we need to import this from React, and its initial value is empty, and I just copy this, and here I'm going to create non-change, and I want to set this event in this state e dot target dot, and I'm targeting the value. Now this is on-change, means this value will set this event value into this state, and I need to copy this, and I just create one button. This is get value button,
and I'm going to create an on click handle click. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. I'm going to create an arrow function here, const. Here I just console this value. So if you want to use a use state, it should be a client side component. So we need to add a use client. Now error is gone. See, just right click and go to inspect and console. Right now everything is empty. I just clear this, and if I type something, data val, and if I click this get button, see this value is printing. See, this data is printing, and I just remove this. Just little confusing. I just refresh the screen and test data or demo. I just click this get button. See, this demo is printing. This is how you can get a value from input field by using useState in Next.js. Yep, this is what I try to tell in this video. I think this video will help you. Bye bye. Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to tell you how to get a value from reusable input component in Next.js. Yeah, let's start. In previous video, I have explained how to get a value from input field here directly in this page. Okay, so right now I don't want this, so I'm going to uncomment this because we are going to use this input and button component. This is our input and this is button component. This is normal button color. Okay, and yeah, I say this and I'll show you the view. This is what the current view. Okay, I'm going to get a value from this input. Okay, so I'll just remove this, and what are all things we need to pass from here to component. So we need to pass name. This is name and value. So for value we need to pass this state value and on change. For on change we need to create one function like this here. On change function, we need to get an event here, and we need to copy this state because we need to pass this event e dot value. Okay, and then we need to console this value. This is enough, and I just copied this function and passing this to this on change function, and we need to pass one more thing, placeholder. Okay, placeholder, and now this is fine, and this is the props we need to pass to the component, and we need to access this inside component. So we need to, I just destructured from here what are all the component I'm passing. First I'm passing name, and I just copy this value and adding value here in comma and on change, and one more placeholder. I just copied this, paste it here, and I just assign that value here. Instead of this name, I just add a name here, and I'm going to add a value here, and I just create on change, passing that on change here, and for placeholder I just adding that placeholder here, and now our input is ready. See, now it is showing. I just refresh the screen. See, it is showing name, right? So if I change this props to first name, see, this placeholder is changing, right? Now we need to pass a on click function to this button component. So on click, and we need to copy this and save this file. I'm going here. I need to access here that on click function. For on click, we need to create one on click function here. Yep, our button component is ready. Now I'm going to check whether this value is printing or not. So I don't want console here. It will print each and every letter. So here, click value, and going to browser, and go to console. I just refresh the screen. If I type database and if I click submit, see this database is printed here, and type something. Yep, all are printing. You can get a value like this, and in next video I'll tell you how to get a value from multiple input component. Okay, yep, bye bye. Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to tell you how to get a value from multiple reusable input component in Next.js. Yeah, let's start. In previous video I have explained how to get a value from single reusable input component. Okay, first see that video. I leave that video link in this description, and then continue this. Okay, I just duplicate this. This is like first name and this is last name, and based on this I need to modify this state. Okay, this is f name and initially it's empty, and l name or name like this. Okay, this is fine. Make sure to maintain a same state name and input name. Okay, then only we can dynamically set the on change value. Okay, so now we passing that, and previously we got only one input, so that we can directly pass the state value. Now we have used this for a 2 input. Okay, so based on this we need to pass a value here, and first name, and this is last name. Now our component is ready, and we need to get this value. Okay, so here it is setting direct input field value. So based on this 2 input field we need to modify this state. Before this I just add a const, and I'm going to destructuring. I'm going to get a 2 values, it's name and value. I'm going to get this value from this event. Okay, e dot target, that's it. We are getting this name and value from this. Okay, now we having input value, and a state is also same name, so it will show some error, so that I just modify the state to yes, and here it is yes, and then here too. Yeah, good to go. Now based on this value I just setting this value. Okay, so I just add a curly bracket, and I just destructuring the state, this state, and I just add a array, and because we getting this value dynamically, right, so it add a array there, and yep, now everything is fine. I just remove this, save this, go to browser. See, we got 2 input fields. I just go to console. Now everything is fine, and just type 1 and 2. I click submit. Yep, we got a value, right, first name and last name. And I'm going to add one more, this email, and I need to copy this and add a state here. This initial value is empty, and this is also email, because we are setting the email value here, and I just change this to email. Save this, good to go. See, everything is fine, and if I refresh, I just add a 1 and here 2, and this is 1 at mail.com. If I click submit, see, we got first name, email, first name and last name. Yep, this is the way you can get a value from reusable component in Next.js. Yep, this is what I try to tell in this video. I think this video will help you. Bye bye. Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to tell you how to create a custom 404 page not found in Next.js. Yeah, let's start. This is default one, and instead of this we are going to display our own page here. Okay, yeah, here we already have a about and blog. If I found blog, it will go to the screen, and about, yeah, it is working. If I type something, it is showing existing one. Instead of this we are going to display our page. Okay, I'm using app routing. So inside app routing I'm going to create a not found .js, give me the exact name, and here I'm going to create a export default function, and found return. Here I just give a create h1 tag here, not found, custom. This is our own component. Okay, and see, if we type any some unnecessary paths, means it is showing our page. This is how you can create a custom page not found in Next.js. Yep. Bye bye. Hello everyone, this is Surya. I'm going to tell you how to create a API routing in Next.js. Yeah, let's start. API routing, it's like you don't want any support from backend. You can directly write all the APIs in Next.js. That is called API routing. Yeah, let's start. First, I'm going to create a API. So I just create a folder name. It's called API, and inside API, I just give a one more folder. It's called as users, and inside this users, I'm going to create route.js. Okay, right now I'm going to use some static content. So data, it should be an array, and this array contains object. It's like id starting from 0. I just give name, it's like John or ABC, and email, it's like abc@mail. Okay, I just duplicate this, and this should be 1, and this is efg. Okay, yeah, I'm going to use this static data, and now I'm going to create a get API call. In this video, I'm going to explain only get API. Okay, so export async function, and that function name is get, and yep, here I'm going to just return this data. Okay, copy this and return, and response dot json. I'm going to send it JSON data. Okay, now this is fine. Yeah, our backend code is ready. Now I'm going to call this API from front end. Okay, so I'm going to create a button, get API, and on click here, and here, and we'll get API, and copy this, and after this const and function, it is arrow function. Okay, I'm just using fetch. Our API is present inside this route side, so we need to add this folders. Okay, this folder names API slash next users, and then here res.json, and here again then data. Here I will get a data. First I just console this, data. Okay, now our API is ready. Project is also running. I'm going to here. Yep, it should show because we need to add a use client here. Now everything is fine. See, this is our button, and if I click this button, API should call. Okay, so I'll go to network. I just clear this to console because I console value, right? So just click that button. See this is our API, and it's sending this response. Yep, see this console. This is what we get from the API route. Okay, yeah, this is what I try to tell in this video. I think this video will help you. Bye bye. Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to tell you how to get a specific value from API routing in Next.js. Yeah, let's start. In previous video I have explained how to create a API routing in Next.js. So see this video first and then continue this video. I'll leave that video link in this video description. Yep, what I'm going to do now, it's like I'm going to pass some ID here, and I'm going to get this id1, and based on that id it will return the value from here to there. Okay, so I need to request that, and then here I just add a const. Here I just add a new url, and inside url we need to pass request.url, because we are going to get a value from this url. Okay, here it is such params, and copy this, and here I'm going to get a id search param, get what I'm going to get. It's like I'm going to get a id from this search param, and now our id is ready. After this I'm going to add a const specific value. Here I'm just find id from this data, find val dot id. Val is already having ids, right? So I'm going to compare that id with this id. Okay, and this will return a specific value here. Instead of this id, data, I'm just passing this specific value. Now our API routing is ready. I'm going to click this button. I'm going to in network and console. I just refresh the screen. Okay, here too. If I click this button, say this user API is calling with the ID 1. Okay, here based on that ID, it is returning the value. Okay, I'm going to console. See this previous video, we will get all the values from that API routing. Now it is passing specific value. If I change this to 0, and if I refresh the screen, and if I click this, see this, it is returning this one. Yep, this is what I try to tell in this video. I think this video will help you. Bye bye. Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to tell you how to create a post API in API routing in Next.js. Yeah, let's start. First I'm going to create one button. Sorry, too many is created. I just comment this line, and this should be like post. Okay, and it is also post. Just copying this, and I'm going to duplicate this for one more time and paste that function here. I don't want to pass any id here, and this is fine for getting response. Okay, and additionally we are going to pass some other method, because we need to specify the method. Okay, it should be post, and we are going to pass some value from here in this body key. Okay, here json dot stringify, and I'm going to pass some object here. This is what our format. Okay, so I'm going to copy this and paste it here. I'm not passing id. We'll create id in that API, or otherwise we can create from here also. Okay, it's like test, and here, yeah, this is what we need to pass from the fetch API call, and here I'm going to create a function for post. Okay, I just duplicated that one, and this should be post, and I don't want these are all things. Before that I'm going to add a const get val. Here we need to add as await, and because it is an async, so we need to add await here, and get a response dot json, and we need to create id here, that id equal to this total length of this one. Okay, this data dot length, that will be the id of this, and I'm going to push new value into the existing one dot push. Here we need to push this one, and yeah, that's it. We need to pass the response value like entire data. It's like it will display this two plus what are all we get in the request, I mean new value. Now save this and go to browser. Here this is what our view. Go to console and I just clear this, and also here too everything is fine. If I click post API, see this users is called, it is passing new value also. See this, see here, this is what we sending in the payload and it is added here. And if I go to console, see this value is printed, this console log, this one, this is printed here. See this two is old one and this is what we added newly. Yep, in this way you can create a post API routing in Next.js. Bye bye. Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to tell you how to change the Next.js port number. The default one is 3000, so I'm going to change that to some other random number. Okay, yeah, go to page.js and in the dev you just add a -p and whichever number you want. Okay, and if you're running your Next.js project, you just stop that and run again. See, now it's running in 4321, this port. I'll just run this here. Yeah, it's get started, compilation is completed. See this, our project is running. Yep, bye bye. Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to tell you what is the use of this layout.js in Next.js. Yeah, let's start. This layout.js is nothing but a combination of our React.js index.html file and index.js file. This is where they're rendering entire Next.js project, and right now this is our UI. It is getting from this page.js, and if I comment this children, see this is not showing. Why I'm telling this is a combination of index.html and index.js means, here see we don't have any other index.html and index.js. Instead of that we have only layout.js, and we added this HTML tag and we just rendering entire Next.js component here as a children. Okay, yep, this is what I tried to tell in this video. I think this video will help you. Bye bye. Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to tell you how to change this title based on routing. Right now it is showing default one, even though if I'm going to about screen, see this title is not changed. Yeah, let's start. Here that title is coming from this layout.js here. If I remove this create, instead of that I'm just adding one and save this. See this title name is changed. This is global one. If I modify this, if I modify here, it will reflect in entire project. And I want a separate name for this about screen. So what I need to do, it's like I just copying this and go to this about, this is our route and this main file. And if you are using use client at the top, this won't work because this content only render in the server side. Okay, so this is like about, and I just add about here, save this, and see right now it is showing about. If I remove this, it is showing default one, global one. Okay, and if I inspect, we can able to see this description also. Right now we are in global, so inside header and see title is like one next app and description is generated by create next app, this one. Right now if I navigate it this to about screen, this title is get modified to about and this description is also modified. Yep, you can modify this title and description based on routing. Yep, this is what I try to tell in this video. I think this video will help you. Bye bye. Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to tell you how to add a OG title and description and everything in Next.js. These are all for SEO purpose. Yep, let's start. So I'm going to add this in about screen. Right now I'm using app routing, so that I can able to add only metadata here. We can able to use head tag because head tag only use in page routing. Okay, so that I'm going to export const and metadata. Inside metadata I can give title and test1. Okay, description, need to add a comma here. Inside description I'm going to add a test description. First I save this. See description, title is changed, our description is also added here. See this, right now I'm going to add a OG title and everything. Okay, OG title full form is open graph. Here inside open graph we have title description and URL type, and I can able to add a image too. Image should be array. Inside this image array you can add a URL, and yeah, sorry, I need to add a object and image URL and alt tag. Yeah, this is what we are going to display in the meta tag. And yep, title is like OG. Okay, OG title, and just adding OG description here, and site URL, it might be anything, just adding this, and this website, it's like URL, you give some URL, site URL. Okay, and alt tag also. Just paste this for now, save this, go to site. See here, our OG title, description, URL type, and everything is added here. See this? Yeah, this is how you can add a OG tag in Next.js. Yep, I think this video will help you. Bye bye. Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to tell you how to add a tailwind CSS in our Next.js project. Yeah, let's start. So go to this URL and we need to install Next.js in our project. So we need to run this command. Normally this tailwind CSS will add a tailwind framework in our Next.js project, and this post CSS is allow us to write a nested CSS in CSS file. We don't want to add a .sass file to write nested CSS. Okay, and this auto prefixer is used to add a prefixes like webkit, mos, ms, and o prefixes. It will be converting the style based on the browsers. Okay, we already copied, and I'm going to install this, and I'm going to copy this. This command will add tailwind config and post css config. Okay, and we need to install. See, these two files is created now, and we need to add this file paths because this style will apply only in this places. Right now I'm using this app, so this will use, and we need to use this. We need to copy this and paste in the global CSS. So go to global.css where it is here, and add that the top of the file. Will be used to accessing the styles, and we need to run the project. npm run dev, and copy this. Right now we are going to use this style in our code, so I'm going to add this in about screen here. Okay, I'm going to see the style of this page. This is without adding tailwind, and I'm going to add a tailwind classes. See, after adding tailwind CSS, we can see the style. This tailwind is almost similar to Bootstrap and Material UI. Yeah, this is what I try to tell in this video. I think this video will help you. Bye bye.